Peace, family. I was doing a reading yesterday, and it turned out to be kind of amazing. Most times it does. And I always get information. I know I'm going to get new information, but I always get information that I don't know that I need, right? So, and sometimes I have to do some complaining, because I think I was feeling frustrated last year, which was yesterday. I think I was feeling frustrated because I was looking at all the things that we do here on Earth, and I was thinking, some of it's kind of mundane, right? So the reading, let me turn it around. So in the reading, I did like a past, present, future, and the past was surrender to the divine, and that was true because that's something that I've been doing, asking for help, meditating and getting connected so that I can get through situations. And then the present said a win-win outcome is forecast, and I was like, it is. And I was like, well, how is that when the only thing that's really happening now is that I made it through, I guess, some rough times, And it was like, so in the future, your commitment is being tested. And I'm like, yeah, it seems like my commitment is always being tested because I keep going through these cycles of rough times and I never know what's going on exactly. And then it said, nothing is yet set in stone. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But that's a part of the commitment being tested. You don't know all the exact answers or in the exact outcome. You just have to keep working towards it. And then it said, well, your hard work is paying off. And I'm like, it is. And it was like, so have faith in your dreams. And I'm like, okay. And it's a time for healing. I'm like, damn. It seems like I'm always healing. And it was like, step out of your comfort zone. And I'm like, yeah, that's what gets me in these healing modes, because once I handle one thing, then I feel brave enough to step to the next. But I was confused about this one. I'm not really confused, but I was. A win-win outcome is forecast. And I was like, well, the only thing that I seem to have won, the only thing that has recently happened, is that I was really stressed and I made it through that time. So how is it a win-win outcome? And it's like, well, it's a win-win outcome because you made it through that time. And I was like, yeah, but that seems so mundane, to be here going through these little cycles of, pain and fix and this and that and whatever. And I said, I'm trying to be grateful because, it could be worse, but I don't want to live my life like that every day. Oh, it could be worse, And I was like, have faith in my dreams and, step out of my comfort zone. And I was like to do what? And sometimes it's hard to get in your spiritual work and stay in your spiritual work because you didn't know you were going to do it. And it wasn't your plan like a year ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, your whole life, right? So, sometimes you can get stuck in a cycle of, is this my spiritual work? And you start to do it and it's like, I don't know. I see a lot of other people doing it. I'm not really sure what this is about. But the one brother, Mook, was saying, it doesn't matter if everybody's doing it. You got to do it with your own little twist because nobody's going to do it like you, which is true. Kind of like a star made up of stardust. One piece of dust is missing. It's a different star, so is that important? So then I was like, yeah, but when I get all these cards about expressing my creativity and doing things, it's like, it's the same old stuff. And when I look and see what everybody's doing, we dance, we sing, we create, we make art, I was like, it's only so much to really do here on Earth. So I was like, well, let me do a starseed reading because I normally do that along with my moonology reading. Let me do a starseed reading and pull some cards and see what this is. When I got those cards, I was like, oh. I was like, okay, sometimes here on earth as a human, I don't want to do earthly human things. I want to do cosmic godly things. And it's like, dude, that's not why you're here. You're already a cosmic godly thing. You came here to earth school, to have a human experience and do human things. And that means, since humans are so limited with things that they can do, you are here to express your creativity through the human things that the humans do. Not flying and turning invisible and snapping fire at your fingertips. That's not really the human experience. You can already do that on the other side. And I was like, oh, well, damn. Because I was like, I think I'm expecting too much out of Earth. Yeah, you are. You're expecting like cosmic shit. From a place that you came to do earthly human shit. Right? So the cards laid it out for me. I was just laughing like, oh my. So let me show you what the card said. So the first card was the seven star sisters, birthing creations, tapestry of life, expression. And I was like, yeah. So this is, there are new creations that want to be born, beauty that's yearning to be woven, new consciousness that's longing to be breathed into life. If you draw this card, you're being called to surrender to these creations, to usher in a new era of consciousness and do your bit in weaving the web of life. Right. This is a card of the artist and the midwife. You're being called to ponder questions. What wants to be birthed through me? What new creations are whispering in my ear, and what beauty am I being called to make? Creativity and intuition come from the same sacred place. They occur when we find ourselves flowing with the rest of life. Earth is renowned as a planet of manifestation and creativity, and yet so many of us have forgotten how to create. Somewhere along the way, we stopped seeing ourselves as artists, as creatives, as poets. Yet to be human is to be creative. Creativity is part of your true nature. And I was like, what? What? Yeah, some of us have forgotten how to be artists, creatives, and poets, and musicians, and all that stuff because we're so used to being godly on cosmic stuff. When you're dealing with nebulas and the ethers and different forms of gas and light, you're not really necessarily thinking about singing and dancing and drawing. So coming here to Earth is where we express those types of creations, those types of things, because it helps humanity, the cycle of life, go. And this is us adding our part. And I was like, oh, it seems insignificant. Like, everybody can do that. And it's like, yeah, but... So anyway, so then it says, perhaps you're being called to surrender to a creative project, such as a new business or a book. Or perhaps you're being called to weave beauty in your home or in the way you cook. Regardless of the end result, you're being called to express yourself through your creativity, to surrender. To surrender to the creative projects that both scare and excite you. To find a way to weave beauty back into everyday life. For where there's creativity, spirit and soul are present. And the world needs those qualities now more than ever before. And I was like, how did I pull that card? How did I pull that card? And I was like, how is it a win-win just to make it through a rough day? How is it a win-win just to, create something that somebody else already created? Or, am I wasting my time? And it's like, whoa, where are you? You're here on Earth to do what? What do Earthlings do? Oh, yeah. So then the next card that came was this one, Earth School. Now, I've gotten this card a bunch of times before, But to get it like, this and this at this time. So Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, higher learning. So Planet Earth is a great initiation for the soul, and life lessons are the curriculum for which we enroll. These aren't one-time lessons, but themes we choose to circle around, deepening our experience of them as we make our way through the spiral of life. Life lessons aren't only about getting it right, they're also about getting it wrong. Remembering that Earth is a planet of polarity helps with this understanding. Each year, the study deepens more and more. And in order to get it right, we have to get it wrong. And we have to do it a lot of times. Trial and error, trial and error. And then when you want to start dealing with truth, truth hurts. So truth is going to bring about a lot of pain. So if you are spiraling up and out of here, there's a lot you got to go through and you got to get through in order to learn and grow and go. But it helps you to be able to endure it if you can tap into your creativity and give you some excitement and some fun to balance out the lessons and the soul growth. So the things that you need to tap into really aren't mundane. And it don't matter if everybody on the planet is beating drums. Well, you're going to beat drums to your own beat. Right. Of course, be getting off on me, though. So anyway, it says, if you pull this card while you're going through a difficult time, you're being prompted to remember that your soul came here to grow and learn. I just said that. Try not to look at difficult times as getting it wrong. Instead, see them as opportunities for soul growth. If you can find a way to grow and soften your heart through the highs and lows, your soul is most definitely growing, which is the whole point. Right, because a lot of us came here, we came here as unconditional love beings. So how do you go through all of this trial and error in Earth School and all the craziness and ups and downs in Earth and then leave here an unconditional love being as well? Because you could really leave here bitter and mad and hateful. And you ain't getting back out in the cosmos with that attitude. They're going to be like, red alert. No pun intended. So then it says, this new study of growth, this area of study or growth, this could be through structural learning, such as university, school, or a training course. If you're having difficulties in a relationship, you're being reminded that these opportunities are for soul growth as well. After all, relationships are known as the number one way that we grow as souls while here on Earth. And relationships, there's all kinds of relationships, friendships, girlfriend, boyfriend, like dating, romantic, friends, from, parent, children, work relationships. There's so many ways for us to learn. And then it said, the last card I got was this one, starbathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. And I was like, I already know what this is talking about. It's saying your whole point of being here in Earth School, going through all the cycles of growth and expression is so that you can end up activated and have your light body, tapping into the crystal grid so that you can grow and go. So it says, the stars are constantly showering emanations onto the crystalline grid of Earth. When things are in balance, the planet also sends information back up to the stars. Many starseeds have come to Earth at this time to help shift the planet vibrationally, to activate the ancient codes of wisdom that humanity has forgotten. And all of that information is stored in the crystalline grid. If you pull this card, you may be being called to begin working with the stars and the crystalline grid of the Earth. Some people believe that the crystalline grid of the Earth anchors divine cosmic frequencies onto the planet. You may be guided to journey to particular places on Earth to unlock these cosmic codes with your presence. You may also be interested in practicing what's called starbathing. This card commonly arises because you're here to connect with the crystalline grid of Earth, either in your hometown or by traveling to other places without quite knowing why. It also can mean that your light body, the energy body in its highest form, is being activated. if this resonates, take things extra slow in order to integrate this change into your vibration. And, speak to your heart portal and ask yourself and tell yourself, I'm opening up to receive this. And I do that a lot of times when I'm out in the sun, and I'm always accepting the frequencies, the higher frequencies that are coming in. But it's like, when we say that kind of stuff, you gotta really think about, what are you really saying? What does that really mean? So it really helped me to see that, sometimes I am expecting too much from Earth, expecting too much God, cosmic type, things to radiate from here in a God form. But we are gods and goddesses in human form. We are spiritual beings and souls in human form. So yeah, you are here to do that. And so I'm like, well, I know I have a lot of talents and stuff, but I kept thinking that they were just so insignificant. And it's like, no, man, it's not insignificant. It's like what you're here to do, and is what you're here to express, for you and your soul. So your soul can grow and so your soul can heal. And I was like, wow. So, don't take L's when you don't have to. Look at it as a learning experience and, express yourself in the ways that you naturally express yourself. Because I'm always singing and dancing and cooking and all kinds of stuff. Look behind me. I got all kinds of art and projects and stuff, and always creating, and and it comes naturally to me. So that's why I never think nothing of it. But then when we're on online and stuff on social media, what do we watch and what do we like? Do we like all the musicians? Do we like all the dancers? Do we like the people that make the recipes? Do we like, all that stuff? It's like, that's what all Earth is about. That's what coming to Earth School, creations are. You like painting, you like doing puzzles, you like drawing, you like, doing stuff with your body. People be spinning around on top of their head and all kinds of stuff, and that's like what is made up of it. That's what social media is about, to look and see how worldwide this stuff is, and what you gravitate towards and click and like, that's probably the things that you can do too. So our goal is, our job is to get out there and do it too and show the world the real you and be a part of class, right? So I hope that resonated and helped. I'm like, wow. So, if anybody wants to get a reading or a consultation, shoot me a message. I have all types of different ones I do. Starseed, Moonology, ones with mudras, if you need to get your chakras in alignment. Yeah. So peace, family.